bit about how Bowl Week is going so far and preparations for the game.
Okay. Well, first we'd like to say thanks to the Peach Bowl Committee and the City of Atlanta. This is obviously the history of this bowl game. The folks that cover Auburn understand this. This is 38 years, so I've been here before. I actually coached in this game when it was in the old Braves Fulton County Stadium. So the history of this bowl is special. We're excited about being here, of course, with the opponent we have, undefeated Central Florida team that is a very, very good football team. We're excited about the opportunity to have to go and compete against a great football team.
All right, thanks, Coach. Trey, for your opening statement, I would love to get your thoughts on the MLK visit last night, what that experience was like for you.
Oh man, it was very inspirational. You know, it was crazy just learning from it back in grade school, middle school, high school, things like that, and just reading from it, from a book and everything, and having teachers teach about it. But it's very different to actually hear the true experience of people who actually dealt with it, who actually put up with it, and actually made a change in the world. So, that admired a lot of us, and it made us look into ourselves to see how can we make a difference in our community, by playing football, or, even how we treat people on a daily basis.
Well said, thanks for that. Okay, we'll go ahead and open it up for questions. Raise your hand, we'll get you a microphone. All right, somebody's got to be first. Let's go, guys. All right, over here on the left, third row, please.
Yeah, for Coach Steele, obviously you've coached in the state of Florida. You know the type of talent and speed that's in the state of Florida. Are you surprised that UCF has been able to rise like it has, being a non-Power 5 team?
No, not at all. I mean, the high school talent in the state of Florida, the high school coaching, availability to athletes in terms of, particularly in the skilled area, the defensive backs, wide receivers, running backs, a lot of speed in the state. So not at all. And I mean, Coach O'Leary did a great job. Went to the Fiesta Bowl. So when Scott came in, everybody knew there was talent at Central Florida. And so he's put a good staff together, and the product is come to fruition in a big way. So no, not surprised at all.
All right, where are we going next, guys? All right, right here in the middle, fourth row.
Christian Brewer, WFTV. Coach Steele, what are your thoughts just on Mackenzie Milton, and when you watch the film, what is it that he does that has led to his success this season?
Well, obviously, there's guys that play the game in terms of the system.
Sorry about that. Don't know what happened there.
I don't either. I apologize. I thought it was off.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Coach. Go ahead.
I know him. You know where the on and off switch is. He's a guy that has ability because of his athleticism and just the moxie that he has in the way he plays the game to keep it and extend plays and kind of make the second half of a play. He can turn plays that you look like it's stopped and into the second half of the play kind of, and I say this in a positive way, not a negative way, almost like you used to play games back in the backyard with kids running around in a touch football game where you could just run around and make plays. He's one of those guys that if you play touch football in the backyard, which I don't know if kids do that, y'all still do that. We used to do that. He's one of those guys that at the end of the day, he's the guy that nobody can get on the ground, is always making plays.
Trey, how are you at backyard touch football?
I ain't that fast, so I just let everybody else run the ball. I was just trying to make all the time.
All right, keep working hard, buddy. We'll get you there. All right, where are we going next, guys? Okay, back here in the second row here, Josh.
Yeah, Josh Payne from AL.com. Coach, you mentioned the speed that Central Florida has. They've scored a ton of points. How do you go about neutralizing their speed?
Well, the game's about us. Obviously, everybody we played had 11 guys on the field. They lined up in a formation. We had motions and shifts, and the field's the same width, same length every game. It's about our execution, our focus, and doing the things that we're required to do. Be where you're supposed to be. We're not going to ask anybody. There's no defense we have where we're going to ask guys to take 2 gaps. We're not going to ask guys to cover 2 men. We're not going to ask guys to be responsible for 2 zones. So just do your job and execute. And so that's really what it boils down to. It's about us.
All right, next question, raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone, please. Okay, right over here, 4th row again.
Christian Rui, WFTV. Trey, for you, this is the UCF team. Doesn't give up a lot of sacks. You guys are good at sacking the quarterback. What has shown up on film, and how do you plan to attack their offensive line?
I mean, like Coach Steele said, I mean, it's all about us and how we execute. You know, Coach Steele gonna put us in the right position, and it's just our job to do our job. You know, we had a lot of success, like you said, with the D line. We have a great defensive lineman, and we depend on them every play, and they always do their job, and we just here to back them up.
Okay, we're going to go over here, 3rd row, far left.
Yeah, for Trey, obviously you guys have seen the comments made by Adrian Killens about the SEC hasn't seen the speed that UCF has. How taken aback were you with those comments, and was that maybe something to wake you guys up after losing in the SEC championship?
No, not really. We don't really pay attention to anything said in the media. You know, we just focus on preparation, you know, doing our job, and I mean, we know what we have, we know what we can do. So we're just gonna prepare for the game, and during it, like I said, Coach Steele gonna put us in the right position, and we're gonna make the play.
All right, sure, absolutely, go ahead.
For Coach Steele, he says they don't pay attention to it, but you coaches have a way of reminding
They're
players.
coachable. They're coachable.
Is that something you would use in a bulletin board type setting?
No.
You guys still have bulletin boards?
No, no, we don't. We text them. I actually have somebody do it for me, but that's another story. No, in this day and age with social media, and we're so equipped. I mean, there's a lot of things out there about everything. Some of it you don't even know if it's true or not. And so we're conditioned now. The whole process is built to focus on our job, our responsibility, what we control, and the external factors, the distractions, whatever they may be. We spend a lot of time on making sure that that does not get into the meeting room, the practice field, the locker room. And so it's not really that hard anymore in terms of trying to keep everybody focused that way. They're pretty coachable that way.